Hello everyone. Today we are going to do the topic machine dependent code optimization, and under this we will do peephole optimization. Till now we have done various machine independent code optimization technique. These are not going to consider the architecture of the machine while doing the optimization, but in case of machine dependent code optimization, it is going to consider the architecture of the target machine, CPU architecture, number of registers, size of registers, the cache architecture, all are going to be considered for optimization of the code. So machine dependent code optimization is done after the target code had been generated, and the code is transformed according to the architecture of the target machine, means the CPU register involved and the absolute memory location rather than relative memory locations. So these are the some of the techniques used for machine dependent code optimization, like peephole code optimization, instruction level parallelism, data level parallelism, cache optimization, and redundant resources. The very first technique under this is peephole optimization. Peephole optimization we are going to do in the next slides in detail. So the second one is instruction level parallelism. Instruction level parallelism is executing several instructions simultaneously to increase the efficiency of code. So we can how can we execute instruction parallelly is by using the pipelining process. So we have four basic steps or four basic phases of instruction, like fetch, decode, execute, and store. So we can execute instructions parallelly to overlap all these four phases, and it is called as pipelining. So instruction level parallelism or pipelining can be used to run the instructions parallelly and execute and increase the efficiency of the code. Another technique for machine dependent code optimization is data level parallelism. In this, we will consider the distributed storage of data. For example, if we have a large scale data, in that case, your data is distributed over multiple machines, and distributed operations can be applied on that. Another technique is cache optimization. So obviously, we know that cache is the fastest memory after registers, and we have limited number of registers. So cache is quite important memory, and efficient use of cache can improve the efficiency of the program. So while optimizing the target code, we will consider the size of cache or the level of cache that we are using, and also the cache replacement policies. So all these things are considered while optimizing the code in case of cache optimization. Next is use of redundant resources. So we can use redundant resources, like more number of registers or more number of machines in case of data level parallelism. So obviously more number of resources are going to cost us more, but definitely it may increase the efficiency of the code. So these are from these techniques we have left with the peephole optimization that we are going to do in the next slides. So what is peephole? Peephole is a small set of instruction or small part of code uh, that is called as a peephole or a window or a sliding window that may be optimized by replacing that code with another code or another smaller or another faster code. So uh, peephole is a very small set of instruction in the segment of code that may be optimized, and these peephole or these set of instruction may not be contiguous in the memory. And what is peephole optimization? Peephole optimization is a machine dependent optimization, and it can locally improve the target code. And peephole optimization is a type of code optimization performed on a smaller part, means the on the peephole of the code. It works on the theory of replacement, in which a part of code is replaced by shorter and faster code without changing the meaning of the program. So These are some of the program transformations which comes under peephole optimization. For example, eliminating redundant load and store, eliminating unreachable code, flow of control optimization, simplification of the algebraic operations, and use of machine idioms. So all these can be applied to optimize the target code as per the architecture of the machine, and these comes under the peephole optimization. So first technique is eliminating redundant load and store. So as you can see, we have two instructions to in the program: load R0A and store AR0. So what we are going, we are load first in the first instruction we are loading the value of A in R0, and in the second instruction we are again storing the value of A in R0. So in between these two instructions we are not going to change the value of A. Value of A is same, so we can skip the second instruction because value of R0 is already present in the A, so there is no need of again storing the value of R0 at A. So we can skip the second instruction and optimize the code. Next technique is eliminating unreachable code and avoid jump over jumps. So when the intermediate code is generated by the compiler, lots of jumps are used, and jumps are not preferred in the target code. So we must avoid the jumps and for the optimization of code. For example given below, if value of debug is 1, then jump is used to L1, and after that we have the statement go to L2, and at the label L1 we have print debugging information. So this code can be optimized as if debug is not equal to 1, then go to L2, and after that we have statement print debugging information. In that case, if value of debug is not equal to 1, in that case we are directly going to L2, otherwise we are printing the debugging information. So this one is the optimized code. And next is flow of control optimization. In what is flow of control means the order in which the instructions are executed in our program is called as flow of control. So definitely a more enhanced sequence of or flow of control is used. In case of simple intermediate code generation, algorithm frequently produce jump to jumps, jumps to unconditional jumps, and conditional jumps to jumps. So there are number of jumps can be used. Unnecessary jumps can be eliminated in the target code by following peephole optimization. Like we have the code go to L1, and at L1 label we have unconditional jump go to L2. This can be improved by directly going to L2 in the first statement, and at label L1 we are using the go to L2, and this code can be further optimized by just using one statement go to L2. There is another example of flow of control optimization. Here before the optimization we are using the statement go to L1, and at label L1 we are comparing the value of A and B. If value of A is less than B, then we are moving to label L2. So this code can be optimized by checking and comparing the value of A and B in the first statement, and if value of A is less than B, then go to L2, and the second statement is go to L3. So while looking as the two scenarios, the two sequence looks same, but in the second case after optimization we sometimes skip the unconditional jump in the second sequence. So the second code is superior than the first code. Next peephole optimization technique is algebraic simplifications. Means we are using more simplified operations, or we are skipping some of the three address statements, or we are using the cheaper operations or cheaper machine instruction as compare rather than in place of more expensive operation or more expensive machine instructions for the optimization of target code. Like if we are using the power operation, that is more expensive than multiplication, so rather for calculating x square we can use x multiplied by x in place of x square, so that will be comparatively cheaper. In second example, if we want to perform fixed point multiplication or fixed point division, so rather than doing multiplication and division, we can use the shift operation, left shift or right shift operation, and that will be comparatively more efficient as compared to division and multiplication in case of binary number system. In case of floating point division by a constant, rather than doing floating point division by a constant, we can approximate it by doing multiplication by a constant, and that will be comparatively cheaper. So these algebraic simplifications can be applied. Next is use of machine idioms. So in machine architecture, or in target machine, may have hardware instructions to implement certain specific operation efficiently. Use of these instructions can reduce the execution time significantly. So we can identify these idioms and use these instructions efficiently. For example, we have two addressing mode, auto increment and auto decrement, already present in the machine architecture. So we can use these addressing mode to enhance the efficiency of the code. In this auto increment or auto decrement mode, after reading a memory location, automatically we are moving to the next or the previous location. So these auto increment or auto decrement addressing mode can be used, for example, in case of stacks while pushing and popping the operation, or in case of parameter passing. So these are going to increase the efficiency of the code if efficiently used. So these are some of the references used in the topic, so can be used for further study. So that's it for the lecture. Thank you.